The Foundation in IT Service Management according to ISO IEC 20000. Course Introduction. Welcome to your course. This course will provide you with an understanding of the contents and high-level requirements of the ISO IEC 20000 standard. It will also explain how the standard operates in a typical IT service provider organization. This certificate is also one of the possible prerequisites for the higher-level ISO IEC 20000 qualifications. In this introductory lesson, we'll go into detail about the course structure and contents. We'll finish with a few words about effective online learning and how to get the most out of all of your course material. This course is split into 6 modules, which reflect the main subject areas. These modules are split into individual lessons to make it easier to build your knowledge. The aim of this qualification is to provide candidates with an understanding of the scope, objectives, key terminology, and high-level requirements of the standard, how it is used in a typical IT service provider organization, together with the main elements of the certification process. You can see the first 3 modules here. Module 1. An overview of ISO 20000 and related best practices, standards, and schemes. Module 2. General requirements for the service management system. And Module 3. The service delivery and relationship processes. The remaining modules are Module 4. The design and transition of new or changed services and the control and resolution processes. And Module 5. Achieving ISO 20000 certification. Module 6. Exam preparation. Over the next screens, we'll summarize the module contents in a little more detail. At the beginning of each individual module, you'll also find a more detailed module contents video with a lesson-by-lesson breakdown. Let's start looking in more detail at the modules within the course. Module 1 provides an overview of the ISO 20000 standard, providing the context for what we are going to be studying in this course. We look at the key documents that make up the standard and how they relate to each other, before we study them in more detail later in the course. We also examine the ways in which organizations can be certified against the standard and how individuals like yourself can be qualified in the use of the standard. Module 1 continues with guidance about where to find sources of IT service management best practice. This includes ITIL, amongst others. We look at the relationship with ITIL and the differences between the standard and the best practice framework. The module looks at how other standards such as ISO 9001 for quality management and ISO 27001 for information security management can be used with ISO 20000. It also defines several key terms and explains several concepts used in the standard. Finally, we consider how ISO 20000 is used, particularly its scope and applicability. Module 2 focuses on the facts, terms, and concepts relating to the Service Management System, or SMS, including document and resource management and what the requirements of the standard are in these areas. It looks at management responsibilities in detail and how the 4 stages of the Deming cycle, plan, do, check, act, are used when implementing the system. Module 3 focuses on the group of processes in the standard, known as the service delivery and relationship processes. These first ones we look at include service level management, service reporting, service continuity and availability management, and budgeting and accounting for services. The remaining service delivery and relationship processes which we look at are capacity management, information security management, business relationship management, and supplier management. If you're familiar with ITIL, you'll notice the similarities with the ITIL framework processes. Module 4 focuses on how new services should be designed and transitioned. It also considers the group of processes in the standard known as the control and resolution processes. The first ones we look at include configuration management, change management, and release and deployment management. The remaining control and resolution processes which we look at in this module are incident and service request management and problem management. Again, there are some similarities to ITIL processes here. The final module, Module 5, examines how organizations can become certified against the standard, with particular reference to the TÜV-SÜD certification scheme. We look at the different types of audits which take place and the various outcomes which may result. We also spend some time considering the scope of the certification. This is an important aspect which we examine in detail. We shall also have an exercise on this topic to ensure that you have understood it fully. Module 5 completes our study with an examination of how service management tools and other technology can be used to support the activities required by the standard. We'll focus in particular on the area of providing evidence of compliance through preserving records of required activities and knowledge management. Finally, in Module 6, we'll provide some information to help you prepare for your foundation exam. Several of the lessons you'll study in this course contain exercises. Exercises allow you to apply what you have learnt, taking into account your own experience. Each module study guide includes suggested answers for the exercises that you can compare your own answers to. If you find an exercise challenging or you'd like your output reviewed, you can send your answer to a tutor using the support links. To help put some context around the exercises, we've included a case study for this course. The case study is in your download area and is based around a company called Ceylon Ordnance. Why not download your case study when you finish watching this lesson? You can read it through now and then in more detail as you approach the first case study exercise. You'll find it in your course download area. You'll also find quizzes at the end of your course lessons. These quizzes are mandatory and allow you to progress in a structured way, with each quiz unlocking the next lesson. Once a lesson is unlocked, you can then go back and review them in any order. You can also retake a quiz at any time by using the Quizzes button in your Learning portal. Other documents are also stored safely within your download area. These can be accessed, opened, saved, and printed out for your reference. Each module has an associated study guide that contains information from all the lessons. Study guides are a critical component of your online learning experience. These detailed documents contain all the information from each module and are yours to download, print off, and keep, even when your course subscription has ended. We'll add extra documents to your download area if they become available, so make sure you check its contents fully. Included is a consolidated exercise document containing all the course exercises and solutions in one easy-to-access document. To maximize your chances of success in the ISO IEC 20000 Foundation exam, you'll need to plan to spend at least 15 hours studying all of your course material. Effective study time should be spent using the course materials provided, including watching all the video tutorials at least twice, completing all the exercises and online quizzes, using your study guides to maximum effect, completing your own study notes, and taking the sample practice exam that is also provided. We'll also include the course specification sheet in your download area. This is a really useful resource. Review it carefully to check exactly what you need to study and why. The specification document also contains references to clauses in the standard, so you can use it to direct your own personal study. You'll also find it includes a list of key terminology in Annex A, so make sure you use that as part of your revision. If you have access to a copy of the standard, it's useful to do some additional reading. However, this isn't mandatory, and your course material includes everything you need to know to pass the exam. We'll also include a free ebook with your course that provides more detail about the standard, and you should read this carefully as part of your studies. As you progress through the lessons in your course, you will see some text in italics and quotation marks. This text is drawn directly from the standard, so you will need to pay close attention to it. This text is reproduced under license. Before you start the individual lessons in the course, make sure you're familiar with the functionality of your online learning portal. Have a good look around your screen. Make sure you're comfortable with pausing, stopping, and restarting video tutorials. This will enable you to quickly pick up from where you left off last time. Also check how to contact your course tutor and where to access all of your course documentation. Remember, if you have any questions during the course, you can contact your tutor at any time. We're here to help and to support you with your studies when you need us. Before you begin each study period, please ensure that you are ready to learn. Sounds pretty obvious, but online learning is most effective if you are able to concentrate without being interrupted by any external distractions. Make sure you are comfortable in your study environment, well hydrated, and really focused to ensure that you get the best value from your course. Unless you are a mastermind or have super concentration, you'll probably find that your concentration will drop if you try and run through a whole module at once. Remember, it's not a race. You should watch, listen, read, and learn actively by leveraging the different materials provided. Okay, if you're ready, let's get started. Module 1 is ready and waiting for you.